So welcome back, e-bikers. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. We're having a pretty nice day up here in the Northwest. And I have got a great video for you guys today. We're going to be discussing Florida's brand new e-bike law. So this was just signed by Governor DeSantis in July. So it is a brand new e-bike law. There might be a lot of people who are not familiar with it. The old e-bike laws in Florida were very confusing and did not regulate things like different classes of e-bikes. But all of that has changed. Those old antiquated e-bike laws have been replaced now by some brand new forward-looking legislation, and we're going to cover all that as we get into the brand new Florida e-bike laws today on GreenMotion. Hang tight. So the Florida legislation had actually passed new e-bike regulations back in January, and the laws were just signed by Governor Ron DeSantis past July. So that is actually very exciting for the people of Florida. You're going to be able to get on board with all the new action on e-bikes, just like 22 other states who have adopted similar legislation regulating e-bikes, like my own home state of Washington. So in the past, e-bikes had just been grouped into one category. They basically had to be manually assisted, which means you had to be pedaling for the motor to kick in. They were limited to 15 miles per hour, and they were also banned for anybody under the age of 16 to use. But all that has actually changed right now. We have 3 classifications of e-bikes in Florida. They are allowed to be ridden anywhere that a bicycle is allowed to be ridden, which is on sidewalks, bike paths, places like that. Although they did allow room for local cities and localities to create their own regulations and legislation, so you are going to have to know exactly where you live, and you may want to look up the regulations for the town or the locality that you're in. But in general, Florida now has the 3 classifications of e-bikes. Class 1s are power assisted e-bikes where the rider must pedal in order to engage the motor. They can do up to 20 miles per hour. Class 2 e-bikes are pedal assisted where the motor engages when the rider pedals, but also allow you to have a throttle which allows the motor to engage when you aren't pedaling. So that is your class 2 e-bikes. They are also regulated at 20 miles per hour. The 3rd classification will allow motor assisted riders who are pedaling to do up to 28 miles per hour. But those are not allowed to have a throttle. For e-bikes in Florida, you do not need a license, you do not need registrations, and you don't have to have any insurance. They are now allowed for riders of any age, so that is freaking awesome. And it looks like there are not any bicycle helmet laws for adults in Florida. I believe for people under 16 years of age, there is still a helmet law. If you guys want to look more into the regulations yourself, it is HB 971. That is the new legislation regulating the use of e-bikes in Florida. As far as retailers and sellers of e-bikes, the law does require that starting January 1st, you will have to affix a sticker to the bike, and that is basically the extent of it. It's very simple, very clear, very straightforward laws now in Florida, and I think this is going to open up a whole new world of fun, excitement, and exercise for people of the Sun State. So if you guys have been thinking about getting an e-bike in Florida, this is a fantastic time to do it. And of course, we got all the e-bikes you could ever want on GreenMotionEbikes.com. We've got a whole variety, mostly class 2 e-bikes, which are going to allow you to do up to 20 miles per hour, either with pedal assist or a throttle. And nobody says you have to use the throttle, but it is nice to have it there as an option. I personally ride a class 2 e-bike. I get tons of exercise. I love riding with just that straight pedal assist. But you know, sometimes I get up, I just got to run some errands in the morning. I'm going out to get some coffee at Starbucks. I just want to be able to hit that throttle, ride it like an electric moped. Tons of fun, a great way to commute. You are still keeping a vehicle off of the road every time you are riding one of your e-bikes, so we're not putting out all that carbon emissions. So congratulations to you wonderful people of Florida. Make sure you go over to GreenMotionEbikes.com and check out the selection of e-bikes that you are now legally allowed to ride in your state. And thank you guys so much for joining me today on GreenMotion e-bikes. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Ring that little bell so you get all of the notifications when the videos go up. And I would love to hear from some of you Sunshine Staters about your experiences with e-bikes. Have you gotten one recently? Have you dealt with some of the confusing laws and legislation that existed prior to this new updates? And how do you find your state to be for riding e-bikes? I would have to imagine it would just be a wonderful place, a lot of wide open spaces, a lot of beautiful sunshine. So all right, e-bikers and soon to be e-bikers out there, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys right back here with a brand new video. If you do have a state that I have not covered yet, be sure to request it down in the comments and I will try to cover your state laws as well. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Now I'm gonna make like an e-bike and cruise up out of here. Bam.